Hi guys,
Okay.
welcome again. Show number 3. We are so happy we're on a roll.
Yeah.
So welcome. This is United Through Vision. If this is your first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so happy to have you with us. We are here with a good friend of ours. We met him through the Unblinded Ecosystem, Mr. Stanley Dietrich.
And this is my lovely wife, Tiffany, and I'm Mike. And thank you for coming out and checking this out with us today. Stanley's an amazing guy. He's a postural alignment specialist with the Egoscue Method, and it's really powerful. We've both been training with him for about a week now, and we're both noticing some real differences. So, Stanley, thank you so much for coming on the show with us today.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here with both of you.
It's our pleasure. Completely trust us. So how did you first hear about this method?
Well, a little over a year ago, about a year and a half ago, I went to a Tony Robbins conference, and Egoscue has a booth there at the Robbins events, and Tony totally uses this system, and he has been doing this for over 30 years. So at the end of the day, on I think day number 3. It's fitness day, and Brian Bradley came up on stage and he did these exercises, and I thought, this is something that I could incorporate just for my son, and I wanted to know some of the other exercises. So it was kind of a selfish motive to help him be more agile. He is a national ranked wrestler, and I thought if I could give him something that can increase his speed and also mine, because I wrestle with him, that would be fantastic. And I just thought that that's all it was going to be. And then I enrolled into it. I became a client. And when I saw the benefits of what it offers the body, I thought, this is more than just athletics. This is about having a life that is free, mobile, agile, the ability to do the things 20 years from now that you did 20 years ago. And the more I got involved with it, the more I knew that I had to do this. This was the third leg of my triangle.
Okay, so I have a quick question for you on that. You mentioned your son. How was the experience with both you and him really getting started in it?
It actually made me faster because he had
youngsters.
Yeah, he had his own routine, and he did. He's done the exercises. I can't say that he's done them faithfully. Of course, he's 20 something, and they know everything. So, but he has done the exercises when he experiences not necessarily a pain, but an altercation in his body. And he's like, okay, so what do I do? How do I get out of this? And I give him a series, because it's not just we chase symptoms, we treat the body as a unit. And so, but the event and the experience has been phenomenal. It really has.
Yeah. We've experienced very similar feelings. I mean, I've been doing it. I'll be honest. I did 2 days on, and the third day I'm like, okay, I'm pretty achy. All right, I'm achy, and that's okay. I'm gonna press pause, and then I did it last night. And like I'm sitting up straighter. I feel better. And just overall, and it doesn't even take that long. I mean, it really doesn't. And Mike and I would do it together at night before bed. It's just part of our routine. And Mike being, a yoga master, we in the past have done a lot of yoga. And I've seen great results. Mike has seen great results. I mean, most people probably watching this have at least done yoga at least once, if not multiple times. And there is nothing like, if you want results and you have an ache or like something is just bothering you, there is absolutely no way I will do something other than Egoscue forever, because I already am seeing results. I mean, it's astounding to me.
Yeah, last night after she did the sitting exercise you had her do, she showed me, she's like, oh my gosh, look how much farther my leg was down, because her right leg, as you know, stays bent due to her old injury. And before the stretch,
a 10-year injury, guys.
She could like put her fist completely under her knee and not even touch her leg afterwards.
It's 3 fingers.
Yeah. So
that's it.
It's really powerful.
3 days.
Right. Right. 3 days, because what we did when we created the menu, we created a systematic order, and we engaged muscles from the head to the toes and then back up again. And that's why this works, unlike anything else. It's not like there's other modalities that have their place, that have their purpose, and they can be enhanced by Egoscue. And the beauty about Egoscue is that the other modalities do not enhance Egoscue, because we are addressing the muscle groups, and we're recruiting them and engaging them the way that they were designed to use. And so I'm elated to hear that. I'm not surprised, but I'm elated that you are following through. And this is the thing, I get people that say, I've been in pain and I have to have surgery, or I've had surgery and I have no better results. Mm-hmm. And, Mike, I'd like you to share your experience with the shoulder issue as well. You shared Tiffany's leg, and it really, when she was standing, I think it was like a 4 or 5 inch deflection. Oh, yeah. It was in flexion, extended. Actually, her knee was in extension, about 5 inches, 4 or 5 inches. And so, my concern in the beginning was, hey, what's going on? How's the pain? Where's it at? And you just said, that's just the way that it's been for 10 years.
Yeah. Well, just really quick, I want to anchor on, you guys listening, you're going to just now, what just happened in Stanley's voice was beautiful. And that's what attracted us to working with him versus anyone else. You hear that concern that was just in his voice, and that passion and that love, unconditional love. Absolutely. For us as people. And he hardly even knew us. Yeah. And he didn't know United Through Vision. He didn't know anything we were doing. You want to talk about an integrous man. Stanley Dietrich. Holy moly. Yeah, just really. Wait until you talk to him.
And the shoulder thing that he was referring to earlier, I've had my left shoulder broken at the top of the humerus, and 4 of the 5 muscles that hold basically the rotator cuff and the bicep that hold that joint in place were all torn, and I had to go through a massive reconstructive surgery, putting pins and everything else in. So it's limited my range of motion, even though I'm a personal trainer, yoga, Tai Chi, martial arts. It's still, I've learned workarounds, but with some things that you would not in your wildest dreams imagine would affect your shoulder. These few little exercises, I was like, wow, this is really cool, especially coming from the modality of the Asian martial arts, and Indian, obviously, yoga. But Stanley, one of the stories you told the other day was just fascinating. Yeah. You mentioned one of your neighbors that was actually had like 2 years or something. I don't know. I'm not going to do the story justice. Yeah, please share that with us.
Okay. So a gentleman that I would call Pops. He was 85 years old, and we've been friends for, it would be 24 years now. And he had a stroke at 85, and he lost mobility of his right side. So he couldn't do anything. He had numbness from his hip to his ankle for 10 years prior to his stroke. And when I first came affiliated with Egoscue, I said, hey, let's give this a try. And he said, if I could get rid of the numbness, that would be a miracle. He had gotten used to the fact that he had lost mobility. And I said, okay, so we're going to do these exercises. Now, he'd been going to therapy at the VA for a year, once a week. And they told him, look, you're 86 now. You had a massive stroke. This is life. And it just about put him in the deep end. And, it really messed with his psyche, because this is a worker. He was still out trying to cut trees down at 86 years old. And so we started doing the Egoscue exercises. And after 4 weeks, he got full mobility. He was able to bend at the waist, reach down to the ground. We were out cutting trees down. He was excavating, split wood. And the numbness that he had prior to the stroke completely eradicated. And this is a man that, it gave him his life back. And that's what this is about. That's what this really is about. I can't tell you how many stories I hear like that people tell me, I got to have surgery and I don't know what's going to happen afterwards, or I've heard the horror stories, or I'm broken. And when you have somebody that tells you that they feel broken, man, that's like the worst thing you can hear.
Yeah.
It's sad. It's sad when people feel that way. But I'm here to tell you this: you're not broken, and what you've tried may not work. Don't give up, and be open, just like Mike when we took care of the shoulder pain. When you told me you had shoulder pain, and I said, okay, I want you to do this exercise, and I can only imagine what must have ran through your head.
Yeah. It was a little interesting because I've done a lot of martial arts, 30 years of acupressure and things like that, and understanding how to heal the body using the, Eastern methodology, and surgery and physical therapy, and the stuff I've learned from the National Academy of Sports Medicine as well as a personal trainer. So when I heard this, I was like, okay, I get the concept of the kinetic chain, how everything's connected, but the exercise you had me do, I was like, I didn't really think about, those connections before. And
right.
It made me kind of raise an eyebrow and go, hey, I'll try anything. Just give me a chance and I'll see if it works. I'm open. And it really did. It actually changed the trajectory of my range of motion in just a few minutes. I was kind of surprised at that.
Yeah. Yeah. And the thing that initiated this was we were on a Real Raw Open, and Tiffany says, I got a headache. And I said, I can take care of that in 2 minutes.
I'm like, what?
Yeah. And she's had it all day long. Mm-hmm. So, here again, we don't chase a symptom. The headache was a symptom. But what I was able to do was show her in a 2-minute period. And I think we were live when it was going on. Yeah. And, you're doing, pillow squeezes with your knee, and then I have you get down on your hands and knees and do pillow squeezes with your ankles, and Sean walks in and he goes, I'm not sure what I walked into. And so it's like, I'm not sure what I walked into. You've got people on their hands and knees squeezing a pillow. What's going on? That's where the humor is that this stuff is so simple.
Yeah.
And it's a different training of our mind, because we are trained to go to a cabinet and sit out for 40 minutes till the pain is just muffled. It's not taken care of. And the body's saying, there's something wrong.
No.
You're not in the right position. That's why you have a condition. Mm-hmm. So what do? We train the body. We train the muscles, and the muscles move the bones.
Beautiful.
I love it.
So, Stanley, I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about that thing that helped Tiffany's headache. And do you mind showing everybody? Because I think it's just a great.
Yeah, I can do that. So you're going to sit. You're going to sit in a chair. Okay. Any chair, but this is an Egoscue block, no big deal. You don't need the equipment. So you're going to sit forward in this chair, okay? Just have 1/3 of your hips on there, and you're going to take a pillow. Just take a pillow off your bed. Put it between your knees. Your legs are hip width apart, okay? So we're here, our feet are straight, and we're going to just put our hands behind our back. So we're going to squeeze our shoulders together. And then we're going to squeeze the pillow about 30%. You don't have to kill it. And you're just going to hold it for 2 seconds and release. And hold it for 2 seconds and release. And you do that 20 times.
Okay.
And then the second exercise that goes along with that, we're going to get rid of that. We're going to take that same pillow. We're going to put it between our ankles. We're going to load our hips above our knees, our shoulders above our wrist, and then we're going to move forward about 4 inches. We're going to push our lumbar. So push your butt way up in the air. You're going to get that arch. You're going to drop your head and squeeze your shoulders together. Okay? When you're doing that, then you're going to squeeze that pillow with your ankles. Your hips determine the width of where your knees are. So don't have them in here like this and don't have them out here like this. So you're going to have them between the same width. You're going to move forward, hang down, squeeze that pillow, release. Squeeze that pillow. Keep that lumbar kicked up. Don't let the back straighten up. We want that lumbar kicking up. Squeeze, hold it for 2 seconds and release. Squeeze and release. You do that 20 times. And I promise you that your headache will be gone in 3 minutes and 17 seconds or less.
There is no question. I was like, when I did this live on this speaking engagement, I literally like sat back up and I was stunned. I literally felt like, because it was my sinuses that were clogged, and I felt like the fluid just go whoop, straight to my ears and down my neck, which is what your body is made to do, but it was clogged. And I have not had another headache since. Swear. So I live in dusty Arizona.
So that is really fascinating. So what does it do? So it's just releasing the. Can you expand? Do they explain exactly what it does?
Yeah, I'm very
So the pelvic is the pivoting point of the body. So everything from the lower extremities comes up into the pelvic, and the spine runs into the pelvic from the top.
Sure.
Getting the pelvic and the shoulders in alignment and getting your spinal cord to allow gravity, you're pushing your lumbar up and you're allowing that pressure. And what that does is it releases the pressure off of your cervical because your head is hanging. And then it's also opening up the sinus cavity. The sinus cavity gets plugged because it is designed to protect the body. So it collects the particulate and all the garbage, the dust and everything that you breathe in. And then what happens is it gets plugged. And then it creates sinus pressure. When that sinus pressure is collected, what happens? We have pain. The body is saying something is wrong because our head position is not allowing that sinus to open up. So we go to the cabinet and we put a pill in us and it dries the sinus up, or it pretends to, and it just covers the pain and says everything's good. And then about 6 hours later, you say the barometric pressure is crazy. I'm upset. I got a headache, and we go take another one. And so we just cover what the body's trying to tell us that we need. We need, number one, we need liquid. We need water, hydration, and we need to get back into position.
That's amazing.
And so when that happens, when we're in alignment, things operate.
Wow. Stan, that's fascinating. I think it's just amazing, and I really truly appreciate what you're doing. You know, finding this calling in your life, and just, it's amazing when you can find something that works, that touches your heart, you know. So what if somebody wants to get your training on this? How would they get in contact with you?
They can get in contact with me by my by my email address right now. I'm working on my website. My website is 360lifewithoutlimits.com, but it is in construction. They can get a hold of me at lifecoachstan@yahoo.com.
Okay, perfect.
So lifecoachstan@yahoo.com. I love it. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, Mike, what I also want to do is I want to take, let's say, the next 6 people that contact me. Okay. I have a one and done, and I do a full assessment. They would get 7 to 8 exercises and do a full assessment. It takes about 90 minutes to do, make sure, you know, where their pains are, find out, put them in the computer, put them in the software. And that one and done is $175 right now. And that's till the end of the year. But what I want to do is, excuse me, is I want to donate to your program. So the the next 6 people that get a hold of me and they say that they heard it on this show, let's give it a code, whatever code you can come up with that. And whatever that code is, okay, then until the 31st, the first 6 people, I'm going to, if they pay for that program, I'm going to donate that money to your organization.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay?
Thank you, Stan. That's awesome.
And then if they decide to further that and go to the 8 sessions, the complete 8 sessions, the 8 sessions right now are $950.
Okay.
I will deduct that money off of those 8 sessions.
Whoa.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
That's what I want to do. I want to be able to promote what you're doing because number one, you guys are beautiful people, and you showed me the power of will and desire and passion. And if you're getting results, and I knew you would, but you proved to me what is possible, because I can see and you can't, and you're doing these exercises. That is absolutely beautiful. It's like, what's the limit? There is none. Why do we put limits? And so that's what I want to do for you.
Thank you, Stan.
Well, thank you.
That's so awesome. Let's make it UTV 175. There you go.
UTV 175.
Yeah, that's the code.
Okay.
Remember.
That's fantastic. So the next 6 people that get a hold of me, UTV 175. Hey, that's great. That's the price of it.
Yeah, I like it too. Good job.
Hey, it takes a little guy. It takes a little guy a lot to snap. Hey, I can get my body in shape, but my brain is still running a little behind. All right. But so, we've got a little more time, Mike. What else? Let me just share this real quick. I just got a text from a lady, and her first menu was on Saturday. She hasn't been able to play golf for almost, I think, 3, maybe 4 weeks. And she's been going to physical therapy for the last 4 weeks. And so Saturday was her first day. So today is Thursday. So she's had 5 days. She just told me she went out and played golf and she had no pain.
Wow.
Oh,
That's amazing, man. That's so cool.
I mean,
this is just really amazing, guys. So really, Stanley, he's a loving guy, as you can see.
Amazing
There's no
person.
judgment. I mean, I had a 10-year injury. I don't even know. I'm going to be screaming this from the mountaintop if I'm not already. So thank you so much for your generosity and your time today, Stanley. And all of you watchers, thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe and support us with your subscribe button.
Yep.
And this has just been a beautiful 3rd show, and we're just honored to have you. So thank you so much.
And please reach out to Stan. And was it lifecoachstan@yahoo.com?
Yep.
that is correct. Yep.
Excellent. And remember, UTV 175, and check it out. Give us Stan. This guy will fix you up for sure.
All right.
Fantastic. That's
Thank you,
fantastic.
guys. Okay,
Hey, thank you. We'll do this again.
Absolutely.
We're going to try to do this crazy part. Okay,
right.
Here we go. And broadcast.